Hey, this is Brad from Acoustic Worshiper, where we help you play acoustic guitar for worship at your next level. That's over at acousticworshiper.com. You can check that out in the description. What I wanted to talk to you about today, though, is just the importance of your personal time of worship. So you get on stage and you're, in front of everybody. It kind of can sometimes feel like it's almost like a performance, or maybe it's easy to get distracted. You just kind of see what's going on in the room and you forget that you're actually worshiping God one-on-one up there as well. And so it's really important for us to have good personal times of worship at home, and realize also that we are all leaders up there. Even if you're not playing, if you're not the front person leading worship, and you're still on the worship team playing rhythm, you're still a worship leader because you're up there. And so it's important that we have times of worship and prayer and devotion to God in our personal lives, because what happens in private will eventually be displayed in public. And so the quality of your private devotion life is going to dictate the limitations of your ability to lead worship. And so you should have a place at home where you regularly spend time with God. For me, one of those places is actually outside walking the dog. So whenever I walk our dog, I've decided I'm going to stop listening to podcasts. I'm going to stop filling my mind and my face with my phone, and like stop doing all these other things where I'm consuming something. I've made a decision that I'm just going to spend that time with the Lord. And so what I've been doing is every time I walk the dog, I just pray. I just walk and pray with the dog. I thank the Lord for the day and for all the blessings that He gives me, and I pray for you all too, part of the Acoustic Worshiper community. And so just finding little times like that can really improve your private devotional life. It's very easy to do if we just look for those little moments between tasks and transition parts of the day. We can easily do that. Another part of our private devotional life is reading and knowing the Word. And there's a passage of Scripture that I've been meditating on for a long time that I wanted to share. It's Psalm 1 through 3. I've got my handy-dandy paper Bible here, which I recommend. It's nice to have a paper Bible, but that's a whole separate thing. All right, so Psalm 1 through 3, verse 1. Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the path of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he meditates day and night. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that brings forth its fruit in its season, whose leaf also shall not wither, and whatever he does shall prosper. Hear that last part? Whatever he does shall prosper. That's pretty amazing, huh? It does come with all those verses before that. Verse 1 and 2 talks about the conditions on that, I guess you could say. But what stands out to me is that God sets up a way for us to prosper, but it's through not walking in the counsel of the ungodly, not standing in the path of sinners, and not sitting in the seat of the scornful. And then you delight yourself in the law of the Lord, meditate on the Word day and night. And then you'll be like a tree planted by the river that brings forth its fruit in its season. Your leaf will not wither. And so as we meditate on Scripture and spend time with the Lord praying and seeking Him, that roots us stronger in His presence. And so then as we take that, we've got our personal time with the Lord, then we take that to church where we get together with other believers to do worship services. That's how we have the foundation to be able to help lead those people. And so our lives should be bearing fruit, as the end of that verse says, that it's a promise from God that our lives will bear fruit. And so if we root ourselves in the Word, look for opportunities to spend time with the Lord, have that private devotional time all the time, every day. I recommend the morning time, but whenever you can do it, just seek the Lord. You take an inch toward Him, He steps a mile toward you. And so He doesn't make it hard. He's not trying to hide from us. I think you all know that, but hopefully this is just a good reminder that an encouragement to get that extra time with the Lord each day. A lot of times when you pray, you not only can cast your cares and your burdens on the Lord, but you can also hear from Him and get peace on what you're supposed to do in many different things. But just want to bring that encouragement to you today. The quality of your private devotional life is going to dictate the quality of your public life, I guess you could say, leading worship. And so you can't lead someone somewhere where you've never been before. That's a saying I've heard many times. You probably heard that as well. But it's just a reminder here that, we're supposed to lead our brothers and sisters in worship. And so just make sure you're getting that time just one-on-one with the Lord, and it will help you a lot. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Like the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and head on over to acousticworshiper.com. You can also get more information about our community. It's a free community where you can get one-on-one help from other people, not just me, and you can, just be in a group of people where we can pray for each other, share scripture, and share encouragement like this. So look forward to seeing you in the community, and catch you next time.